What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. May 1st, 2025. Ryan Hinton and three of his friends were allegedly sitting in a stolen car when police rolled up on them. In response to the police rolling up on them, Ryan and his three friends allegedly bolted from the car and a foot chase ensued. During the foot chase, one of the sheriff's deputies or one of the officers says that he saw a gun in Ryan Hinton's hand. He calls out he's got a gun. He's got a gun on the right. And Ryan Hinton gets shot at, I believe it was 5 times, 2 bullets striking him, and he succumbed to his injuries. The next day, Rodney Hinton, Ryan's father, and the family, they were reviewing the tapes or the footage. And Rodney Hinton, he couldn't even finish watching. Who could blame him? Who wants to watch their son get killed? Rodney Hinton Jr., the father of Ryan, then ran over a sheriff's deputy, Deputy Larry Henderson, killing him. There's pictures, there's video of Rodney Hinton Jr. going to court, walking into the courtroom with his head held high, while every cop in that courtroom, just about, is glaring at him. You could see the hate. It's understandable that they're hurting, but obviously they're not thinking of his pain. They're only thinking of their fallen brother. In deciding to do this video, as with everything I do, I want to be as unbiased as I can be. This has to be broken into segments. As far as the first segment would be, we have to look at what happened with Ryan. He's in a stolen car. I don't know who stole the car. I don't know what they were doing. He had just turned 18 years old. As teenagers, we make poor decisions. The cops roll up and they decide to run. Obviously, they're going to run. Did Ryan point his weapon at the officer? From what I read, it was about 6 seconds. The encounter was about 6 seconds. And Ryan was struck with those bullets. I'm all about holding people accountable. I'm all about personal responsibility and accountability. But we can't take away the fact that there's no footage as of yet showing Ryan Hinton raising his gun and aiming it at any officer. It's understandable that people want answers. They want to question what happened. The flip side is that what if, in a panic and desperation, wanting to get away, what if Ryan thought he could scare the cops by raising his gun? And the question is, should the officers wait, let him discharge his firearm, and then return fire? And then maybe there's a deputy dead along with Ryan Hinton? I don't know. But I'm hoping that there will be some body cam footage that clearly shows that the officer's life was in danger and that deadly force was actually necessary. That won't console the family at all. They don't care about that, obviously. Their loved one is gone. Then we another segment would be Ryan Hinton Jr., the father. Obviously extremely distraught. His son was killed. He couldn't even watch the footage of what happened. He gets in his car. Who knows what's going through his mind? But there's a lot of pain in his heart. No father wants to bury their child. And when we lose a loved one, if we lose a loved one to old age, sickness, that's understandable. But if a parent loses a child to violence, that's not understandable. That can cause people to go into a rage. That can cause people to sometimes lose sanity. But Ryan Hinton Jr., he left that viewing of that body cam footage and he ran into Deputy Larry Henderson, and apparently he made a decision that the police needed to feel what he was feeling. But that deputy had a family. That family is hurting just like the Hinton family. We had the incident with Cain Velasquez. Something happened with his child, and what did he do? He went after somebody. I think all of us as parents, if we are honest with ourselves and we ask ourselves the question, even within our own mind and heart, what would we do to someone who took our child's life? I think the answer would be anything. We would be willing to do anything. That's a natural instinct in us, but it doesn't mean it's right. I can't blame Ryan Hinton for maybe losing his mind after watching as much of the video as he did and hearing as much as he did. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, here we go, temporary insanity. I think your son being murdered the day before can do that to you. Now, another segment would be Ryan Hinton's mother. I don't know if her and Rodney were still together. If they were, imagine that type of devastation. A woman loses her son and her husband or boyfriend or whatever it may be, loses both of them within 2 days. The financial obligations of burying anyone that you lose is huge. But the trauma from losing your son and then his father, These are rare type of stories. The trauma involved in something like this is unimaginable. Unimaginable, excuse me. I think in times like this, it's important to keep all of the victims in mind, right? And so if we're going to do that, then we have to keep the Henderson family in mind. We have to keep the Hinton family in mind. And in all honesty, when I watched the video of Rodney Hinton Jr. in court, I understood why he held his head up high, walking into a courtroom with that many deputies and seeing the glare in their eyes, the hatred in their eyes. I don't think it was right that the judge allowed all of those deputies to be in there. You can't dictate how a person's going to look at somebody. But I think that knowing what that man had just gone through, knowing that he may have lost his sanity or whatever drove him to do what he did, knowing these things, allowing that many deputies into the courtroom when they are obviously very angry at losing one of their own, I think it was unfair to the family. They just lost a son to an officer. Now they're going to lose a loved one to the system. And I'm not saying that Ryan Hinton is an innocent. I am wondering if there was a threat to the deputy or the officer that justifies firing a weapon. I'm not saying that Rodney Hinton is justified in doing what he did. But as a parent, I think if we all just take a step back, we understand we could possibly do the same thing if we were in the same position. As this case develops, I may do more stories on it. And if I do, it will be on my WS World channel. But I felt like I wanted to do this one on my big channel and hopefully bring more attention to it. And hopefully get some feedback in the comments. I'm interested to hear what you guys think and what you guys would have done had you been in the same situation. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.